The Puppy Bowl has been going strong for 20 years now, but this annual game day tradition is far more than just a cute diversion. And if you want one of the dogs from the gridiron, we've got news for you. The pups featured in the Puppy Bowl are shelter dogs, and the 2025 edition of the event boasts puppies from 80 shelters.
We're at 142 dogs this year. It's our most amount ever.
Those shelters are across 40 states and 2 countries. Since its inception in 2005, the Puppy Bowl has been intended as a celebration and call to action for pet adoption. It spotlights shelters and rescue organizations while spreading awareness about how to find a furry friend in need. But unlike the Super Bowl later in the evening, the Puppy Bowl is not broadcast live. It's pre-recorded months in advance and takes a lot of work to put together. Dan Schachner, the longtime referee for the game, explained to Mental Floss in 2019, "It's 3 months of preparation because it's 2 full days of shooting. Plus, it's 21 cameras on the field, so that's a lot of footage to edit and turn into a 2-hour show. All that lead time means the puppies who appear on TV probably aren't available to adopt by the time viewers see them." Schachner said, "By the time the Puppy Bowl actually airs, most of these puppies have already found their forever homes. If a particular Puppy Bowl player intercepts your heart, the official website has information about all the rescues and their shelters. So if your particular favorite has already been adopted, you can at least contact the participating shelter they came from, or the one nearest where you live, to learn about other dogs of comparable breeds and energy levels in need of homes. They're sure to have plenty." According to the ASPCA, more than 6 million animals enter shelters in the U.S. each year. Sadly, over 900,000 of those animals are euthanized, which shows just how crucial animal adoption truly is. During the COVID-19 pandemic, as people were spending far more time at home and looking for companionship, pet adoptions briefly surged. But those numbers have dropped off over the last couple of years, as offices and schools have opened back up and costs have risen. That makes the Puppy Bowl's annual reminder to give shelter animals a second chance all the more important. If the Puppy Bowl inspires you to adopt a dog, or a cat, or a bird, or some other pet, the process usually involves a few steps. After finding an available pet online, prospective adopters will typically go for an in-person visit at the shelter, which includes a meet and greet to assess compatibility. Then they'll fill out an application. After that, there's some additional paperwork to finalize the adoption. And some shelters require a home visit to make sure the animal is going to a safe and welcoming environment.
We try to find out the person's lifestyle and whether or not the animal that they've selected is an appropriate fit for their lifestyle.
Adopting an animal transforms lives, both the animals and the humans. And while the Puppy Bowl happens just once a year, the need for animal adoption is year-round. In fact, it can be easier and cheaper to adopt a pet during times when demand isn't quite so high. During those quieter times, shelters may waive or reduce adoption fees, as well as offer special promotions to encourage adoptions. With less competition, adopters also have more time to find the right match. This helps alleviate overcrowding and allows shelters to provide better care for the animals they still have. One unfortunate reality is that, according to a 2020 study in the journal Animals, around 20% of adopters return their pets to shelters within 6 months. So it's worth making sure you're ready for the responsibility before making the leap to pet ownership. Once you bring a pet home, transitioning them into your family with patience and care is key. The 2025 Puppy Bowl airs on Discovery Plus and Animal Planet on February 9th, 4.5 hours before the start of that other game.